Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Andrew's Journey. Right now, I am at Shirling Lake Park here in Greenville, Alabama. I'm just I'm walking this trail right now. Right now, I'm taking a short breather to make this video and to show you guys where I'm at. Just kind of give you a glimpse of some of the beautiful surroundings. Like behind me, you got the river. So I'll just do that real quick for you everybody so everybody can kind of get a glimpse of where I'm at. Yeah, I thought I would take a little break from Montgomery and jump on 65 South and come this way. And right now I'm in the city or town of Greenville, Alabama. The population here is a little over 7,000 people. I came out here to kind of check out a few neighborhoods. I mean, the housing prices in this city or town or whatever you want to call it, according to the statistics, are a little more expensive compared to Montgomery or Selma or Tuskegee, Alabama. Some of the other areas that I've looked into in terms of purchasing a home. But nevertheless, I thought I would come out here and kind of check the area out anyway, just to see if I would see any difference between coming out here and some of the other areas that I've checked into in terms of purchasing a home. And I gotta say that, there are a couple of differences. I mean, I notice out here, even when I drive through the lower income neighborhoods, which, by the way, I do have a video of the areas that I drive through. I will post it up at some point, so stay posted. I do have a video of this city, and you'll see on the video that even when I drive into the poor areas, there's not quite as many houses with those bars on the window, which to me is an indication that the crime in this area is a little lower compared to Montgomery or Selma or even Tuskegee. I mean, and according to the data, the crime in this area is lower. So those are the two things that I'm going to go by at this point. So, and also another area that I've looked into in terms of housing is it's a small town. It's about 1,500 people. The town is called Fort. My mind went totally blank. But it's a little small town, which is like 15 minutes north of here. And this area is 45 minutes, give or take, outside of Montgomery. Though the small town is 35 minutes, give or take, outside of Montgomery. Now, I can't think of what the name of that small town was, but as soon as I go back to my van and I read my notes, I'll be able to tell you what that small town is. But there's a little small town, like maybe 10, 15 minutes from this city, town, whatever you want to call it, to where housing prices are like extremely low. I mean, the average cost of housing in that area is $58,000, which is very low. The average cost of housing here is $110,000, which it ain't too bad. But when it comes to housing, I've been looking at houses. As you people know, I've been looking at property in Montgomery, and I've looked at a few houses in Selma and also in Tuskegee. Now, I don't have videos of every little house I look at. I'm not doing all that. I'm just going to just do videos of certain properties, just so you guys get an idea of kind of where I'm coming from when it comes to the housing situation. And like right now for the housing situation, you know, I've looked at several houses within my price range, which at first I didn't want to spend any more than 25 grand. And then more recently, I decided to start looking at homes for up to 40 grand just to see if I would get any improvements on the housing situation. And I did. The improvements that I got were a lot of times for around 40 to 50 grand, which is what I've been looking at the last week or so. The house itself will be in better condition. The immediate streets that it's located on will be a little cleaner and better kept. But even in that price range, when I cut around the corner and drive around the block, or I go down the street, I'm gonna be back into the areas where you got people out here, you know, selling drugs, shooting, and doing things that they have no business doing. And I'm gonna also be back into the areas that are super ran down, and some of the houses look like they should have been demolished 10 years ago. So as far as it goes for housing, I've kind of, sorry about that. As far as it goes for housing, I thought about taking a slightly different approach. Like, rather than buying an actual house, I was considering just maybe buying a piece of land. It ain't gotta be real big. As long as it's at least a quarter of an acre, I'm happy. I thought about buying a piece of land outside the city limits. That way I got a little more freedom to do what I desire to do on my own lots. So I thought about buying me a piece of land and maybe putting a trailer on it at some point. Or maybe building me a tiny home. And until I get the funds to do all that, I've considered going out and buying me an RV, or buying me a full-size van or a schoolie, and building out my own RV, and then just putting it on that lot and living on that lot in that RV or whatever until I get the money to either A, build a tiny home, or B, throw some sort of a trailer on it, whether it be a single wide or a double wide. I thought about doing that. I mean, obviously it's not in stone of what exactly I'm going to do. I'm still looking at other stuff. I'm still looking at other properties. I'm still looking at other areas. And at the same time, I'm still running the numbers in my head of what would be the most logical thing for me to do. So when it comes to my housing situation, that's pretty much where I'm at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and click off here, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a blessed day.